Can imposter syndrome be a good thing? Welcome to the School of Self-Worth Live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sam Hosborne, the Self-Worth Guide. This is episode 124, and today we are talking about whether imposter syndrome can be a good thing. And I want you to remember one message from this video, and that is imposter syndrome is an invitation to think and act differently. And I'm going to talk about three particular ways that it can make you think and act differently. Number one is to organize your knowledge. Number two is to practice self-compassion. Number three is to use your imagination a little bit better. So let's first of all talk about what is imposter syndrome quickly. Imposter syndrome is the fear that your inadequacies, real or unreal, usually unreal, will be exposed, and that people will find out that you are a fake, that you are faking some aspect of your intelligence, your accomplishments, or the role that you are playing in life, and that you cannot bear to put yourself out there because people might find out that you are faking it. Or you might feel that you've been doing your job in your professional life for a long time and you still feel like you don't know your stuff, and you can feel like at any moment people will find you out as a big phony. So what can you do if you feel like that? Well, I want you to remember that yes, imposter syndrome can be a good thing, and it's an invitation to do the following three things. Number one, it's an invitation to help you to organize your knowledge. Now, I say this because a lot of people with imposter syndrome are high achievers with a lot of intelligence, a lot of education, especially academics, and they feel like they don't know their stuff. So the solution to knowing that is to organize your knowledge. Organize it in a way that you can say, yeah, I know my stuff. So you're really just going to go back to the fundamentals of what is it that I know? What are some of the key points? What are the things that I solve? Get clear on the principles and your values, and really know your stuff. Organize it. You might want to organize it into ways so that you can express your knowledge to a variety of learners. That way you've got a whole bunch of toolkits or a palette of a way of expressing your knowledge so that you feel like you know your stuff. That way you're going to reduce this feeling of not knowing your stuff as an imposter. So organize your knowledge. That's step number one. Number two, to help you to accept the invitation of imposter syndrome and that it can be a good thing, is to practice self-compassion. If you're going through imposter syndrome, you're definitely beating yourself up on some level. It is time to give yourself a break, people. Okay? If everyone around you is saying, look, you're a great person, you give great value, you're an expert, yet on some level inside you feel like it's just not true, it's time to relax. Go and get a massage. Go and buy something nice for yourself. Practice some self-compassion. Change the self-talk. Change the growth to growth mindset self-talk. Do something for you. Okay? Just stop beating yourself up so much. Do something. Practice self-compassion. A lot of the time when we start to practice self-compassion, we start to go, actually, you know what? That whole imposter syndrome thing is just me stressing out, and I'm going to leave it all behind. So imposter syndrome is an invitation to practice self-compassion. It's okay to treat yourself a little better every now and then. The last point, imposter syndrome can be a good thing, and it is an invitation to use your imagination in a better way, to use your creative abilities in a better way. Think about this. Imposter syndrome is a belief that you've got some inadequacy in some area of your life, and you believe that despite the fact that there is evidence all around you. It might be a degree, master's degree, PhD. It might be trophies, awards, recognition. It might be verbal compliments from people on a daily basis for years on end. Yet, even though you have all this evidence around you, you feel like on some level that that's all just not true, and that somehow it's an illusion. You don't really have your stuff together and people are going to find you out. So that is a really good indication that you have a powerful imagination, that you can believe BS, that you can believe stuff that's just not true. That is showing me, that's telling me that your imagination is like bulletproof, that you can imagine stuff that's just not even real. So, invitation here, Imposter syndrome is saying, well, if you can imagine that stuff, why not just pivot and imagine something positive, something that's going to serve you? Basically, if you're going to pretend that on some level you're an imposter, you might as well pretend on another level that you're authentic, that you're confident, that you're brave, that you have your stuff together, and see how your brain copes with that. Also, imposter syndrome is like being an actor in a way. If you want to see it positively, an actor goes on stage and they can, they make a believable character and they give a good show. Nothing to stop you from doing that in your real life, to put on the persona of someone who's confident, authentic, calm within themselves, humble, compassionate, self-compassionate, all these qualities that you want. Why not use your natural imagination and creativity to imagine yourself to be someone that you want to be, rather than imagining yourself to be an imposter? And you don't even need evidence for it, because you didn't need the evidence for imposter syndrome to be real. Okay, so just go ahead and use your imagination in new ways. So can imposter syndrome be good for you? Yes, and it is an invitation to organize your knowledge, to practice self compassion, and to use your imagination in better ways. If you've enjoyed this episode, I've got a free gift for you. It's called Crush Imposter Syndrome Forever, the starter kit for bulletproof confidence. And you can get it at the links above and below and at samosborn.com/starter kit. And I invite you to join the School of Self-Worth Facebook group too. Come and say hi. That's the best place to get hold of me. And if you remember one thing from this video, it's imposter syndrome is an invitation to think and act differently. Have a great day, everyone.